Alrighty, hello and welcome to today's GoPro riding lesson. We are outside today on Victor. We are going to go over inside versus outside, and then we're going to do a little bit with posting on the proper diagonal. So right now, as he's itching, but as he's walking around the arena, I want you to look and see that I have a green piece of tape on one shoulder and an orange piece of tape on the other shoulder. So those pieces of tape are going to help us, as Victor takes a little drink, are going to help us learn the inside and the outside of the arena when it comes to objects in the arena, or where we're moving, or if we're passing another horse. All of those kinds of things are going to play in with inside and outside. So right now, the orange, or the left shoulder, is on the outside, and the green, or the right shoulder, is on the inside. So when I'm walking, the outside of the arena is going to be anything like that shed, the grass, that's outside the arena. So anything between me and the wall is on the outside. So for example, up ahead, see how we have a little ball toss? When I pass it, I'm going to keep that on the outside, and I'm going to go on the inside. Same thing when I pass the mounting block up here. When I'm walking by it, it is going to be on my outside, and I'm going to be on its inside. So we're going to change directions in a moment. Before we start doing some practice with inside-outside, make sure that you are sitting up tall, that you're using your seat to help Victor walk, that you've got your reins right, with your thumbs on top and your elbows in, shoulders are down out of your ears. So once you got your hips moving, because this whole time you should be riding the horse with me, you're getting exercise and learning, we are going to ask Victor to change direction, making a circle to the inside of the arena. So the inside would be like where these cones are right now. Towards the middle of the arena is always the inside. The most center of the arena is the letter X, which was asked about last week, for where do you think X would be in the arena? It's the very middle. So we're going to use our right rein. I'm going to pull my right rein to my right hip. I'm going to look to the right. Victor's nose should point that way. If he is in an obedient mood, which he is, he's always a good boy. We're going to keep turning towards the right until we get back on the fence. Now notice that as we go back to the fence, the inside and the outside shoulder have changed. So now my outside shoulder is my green shoulder, and it's on my right. And my inside shoulder is my orange shoulder, which is on my left. So they have flip-flopped when we change direction, which is why we can't always say the inside is the left and the outside is the right. We actually have to know which is the inside and which is the outside when we are walking our horse around the arena. So keep your hips moving. Right now, our inside is on our left, so we are on our left rein when we are tracking in the arena, which means anytime I come to a corner, like these two right here, I'm going to use my left rein to get Victor to go through the corner. I'm keeping my hips moving. I'm looking over towards the letter F right now. And then I'm using my left rein again as I head down this long side. So we're going to practice weaving the cones, but we're going to make it a little bit trickier. We're going to say inside or outside for each color of the cone. So we're going to keep Victor going. I'm going to come towards the bridge, which is on one of the quarter lines of the arena. We talked about that a little bit last week. So I'm going to get on this quarter line. We're going to head up, keep your hips rocking. Hands are up, ready to make little adjustments if Victor's head goes to the left or the right, because it is a living animal and they do have a mind of their own. So we're going to get up here, we're going to turn left, we're going to head towards the purple cone, and I want us to steer so that the purple cone is on our inside. So as we approach, you have to determine to get the cone on our inside. Do we need to be on the right or the left of the cone? If I want the cone to be on my inside, I'm going to head right. So now I'm going to go to the inside of the red cone, and the red cone will be on the outside of me. I'm gonna head to the outside of the yellow cone so that the yellow cone is on my inside. I'm going to head left so that I am on the inside of this pink cone. At least it looks pretty pink. And it'll be on my outside. I'm gonna head to the outside of the green cone with my right rein, and then left rein so that I am on the inside of the blue cone. So notice how I changed up my verbs a little bit there, depending on whether I was saying it's Victor's inside and outside, or it's the cone's inside and outside. So we're gonna change direction, use your right rein, turn your right shoulder back, look over towards the right, keep your seat rocking too. We're heading towards the outside of the blue cone and the inside of the green cone. Then we're gonna head around the green cone using our left rein towards the outside of the pink cone. When we pass the pink cone, it will be on our inside. We're heading towards the inside of the yellow cone, so it's on our outside. We're passing the red cone on the left, which when we are on the right rein, puts it on our inside. And then we're gonna go on the inside of the purple cone. So I know that's a lot. Inside, outside, it changes when it's the direction, it changes if it's your inside or someone else's inside. It's all gonna flip-flop. But when you're riding in a group, it's very important to know inside, outside, because say you have to pass a horse, right? Typically, you should always pass on the inside of the horse in front of you. So let's pretend for a second that this bridge right up here is a horse. So if they're going super slow, let's say they're halted, since the bridge isn't gonna move. We're gonna say they're halted. I'm going to pass this horse by going on its inside. So if I'm going down the corner line, they've halted, I'm gonna go to their inside. I'm gonna say the inside so they know I'm passing. I don't wanna surprise them. And I'm going to go around them on the inside. And you always wanna say what you're going to do, not what you want the other rider to do. So I'm not telling the rider to go to the inside. I'm saying that I am going to the inside because we cannot control other people, only ourselves. Now, inside outside is also important when we want to learn how to trot. So we're going to very briefly introduce that today, and then we're going to have a more intensive lesson on it next week. So I want you to look at the pieces of tape. Notice how they are moving forward and backwards one at a time, all right? As they are moving forward and backwards, they tell us when to post. And we will talk more about posting next week as well, but today we're just gonna watch Victor's shoulders. I'm gonna get my reins out of the way. As the shoulder on the outside goes forward, I want you to notice as it goes forward, and I want you to say forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Once we get up to this purple cone, we're going to change direction, and then you're going to focus on the green shoulder, which will then be on the outside. So it's going to switch. Ooh, the sun came out. Yay! So we're using our right rein to change direction, right hand to right hip. Your left hand's relaxed, both elbows are staying in. And then once we're back on the fence, now our outside shoulder is this green one on the right. I want you to focus as it's going forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Now I want you to say it as we finish this long side. And we're going to halt in 3, 2, 1. Both hands to your hips until Victor halts. And relax. Good job, Vic. All right, we are going to go a lot more into depth with this last piece, but we needed to know inside outside before we could begin working on our diagonals and posting. So we will see you guys next week for that.